Just like that. Yeah, that one was really good right there. I love to keep All right, welcome back to the channel today, guys, and I'll give you guys a little bit of special sneak peek on the new Origin EX by 900 Global, solid version of the Origin. Ray will put the layout, but we did a 5x5x5 today, and we're gonna throw a couple of test shots. I just drilled it yesterday. I thrown one shot with it. Forgive me on the shot on TikTok is not very good, but we didn't get a chance to throw very much. This is literally the second shot that we're gonna be throwing with this ball. We're also gonna compare it to the RST Hyperdrive, which we have a video on YouTube about this one too. So we're going to throw 5 shots with each ball, and then we're going to throw one right after the other. And if we just consecutively throw the ball twice, it's okay, because we want to give you guys full analysis and what we think about the ball. It doesn't necessarily have to match up to what everybody else thinks about it, but it's our visual on what we see, and we'll give you our final recap when we get into the shot. So let's go throw the Origin, and then see what happens. Based off of the first shot that I threw with it, it went pretty far up the lane. So I'm going to get a little bit more right, and I'm going to roll it a little bit more, and then we'll see what happens. Your whole ass mother. Schmucksville, USA. Hello, how are you? So I moved a little bit right. I rolled it a little bit more. And as you could tell, it's very heavy rolling based off that first shot. So I liked it. I like that I'm going to be able to keep my angles pretty straight through it. But with a big ball like this, you're not really trying to get away from it too much. So I'm going to try to stand in the same place with the RST, and we'll see what that looks like. As you could tell, based off the first shot to that one, tell that hyperdrive gets into the lane a little bit earlier, and it just rolls into it a little bit sooner. But also, we did a layout that's conducive to that. Ray's going to put the layout for the hyperdrive somewhere on the screen. So when we decided to go with this, we didn't want to overlap motions because both these covers are very strong and their cores are very big. So try to just deviate a little bit from what we normally do of about 4.5 inches. Went a little bit longer pin. I know it's a big piece, but maybe we don't want it to be as early because we already have that in the bag. So see if we can get the 10 out, roll it a little bit more, actually get the 9 out this time and roll it a little bit more. Okay. We've got a little bit more friction on this lane today. So you can see, because it's such a big piece, regardless of it having a 5-inch pin to tap, it still wants to roll in it because of how much friction is in the front part of the lane. So you're not going to have a big defined shape right now. But from what I'm seeing, based off the last shot with the hyperdrive, it still wants to get through a little bit more up the lane. It's literally like this much of a difference. So it's not a ridiculous amount, but you can still see the difference in it. So we're going to throw the hyperdrive one more time. Maybe move like 1 and 1 left with it to see what the difference is doing. So. So we make a 1 and 1 board adjustment with the bigger ball that's going to roll up sooner because you need a little bit more oil in the front to get that. So I kind of like the way both these balls look in the sense of you can see which one's earlier and you can see which one isn't as early. It's still early, but it's not as early as the other one. So the hyperdrive again and see what that looks like. Or the Origin, my apologies. Pretty good looking ball though. I like the color scheme on it. Solid rolling ball. So don't look for that big change of direction, but just look for that earlier roll in the front. And it's just a house shot today, so we're not doing anything crazy, but we want you guys to see it even in real world, real world moves. Yeah, like you can see, like even if I throw it a little bit too hard, the ball kind of tumbles a little too much and tries to read the lane in the front part of the lane a little too early. So as we do this, you have to have the understanding when you have big pieces like this, when to use them. So if I had a little bit more volume, I might touch the surface of this just to get it to grab the lane a little bit more because like I told you guys, very fresh cover. So and for me and Ray, we like to change shapes a lot. So when we work on these things, sometimes we even polish the big pieces just to see what they look like when we want them to clear the front, but we don't want them to be too angular. So let's get a little bit, let's go back to where we were with that hyperdrive and then maybe just making that 1-in-1 board move in with a little bit less ball speed, allow the ball to get there. Bounced that one a little bit. All right, I didn't throw that one good. Bounced that one. But listen, I've been throwing some pretty good ones the last 4 or 5 shots. So I'm going to try that one more time to throw it for you guys. Just you guys can see their better shot based off of that. But listen, we're out here feeling it right now. So I think 900 Global is coming out with some really good pieces. One that'll complement this when you're done with this one. You can actually go to the Origin, which we actually have. So comparatively, you still have strong cover, but a ball like that will get you a little bit more up the lane and still create the same kind of shape. Not exactly the same because it's a little bit more of this, but at the same time, it's a great 1-2 punch combination. So let's try to roll this one a little bit more. Just like that. Yeah, that one was really good right there. Just allowing the ball to create its shape a little bit more will get you better results moving forward. Like a ball like this, if you're going to nationals, don't hit a ball like this with a ton of texture, but you can still use a ball like this that isn't overly angular. Because when you do that, you kind of run into a problem when you're using too much texture on a pattern that you need the ball to just be a little bit more gradual, but you want to kind of save the fronts. And this ball is a pretty big ball, so it'll still want to gradually get to the lane rather than be so jerky off the pattern. So really liking this motion. When I have enough volume to warrant big pieces like this, these are the types of motions that I like because there are things that can be created with axis, tilt, and rotation. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good right there. Now you can see the ball starting to get a little bit better as you add a little bit of lane shine to it. And yeah, I think we threw some really good shots. I think it was very informative. You could see what we looking like. So we're going to go into the shop and give you our final thoughts and in what we think about each ball. And yeah, see you guys in a second. All right, guys, back into the channel. Thank you guys for joining us. Obviously, you could tell I look a little different. We kind of missed the day to do the ending to this. So my thoughts about this Origin, actually, as I've thrown it a few more times, we did a little bit longer pin, even with such a big core, because comparatively to the hyperdrive, it's not as early, and that's not what we wanted. Because my hyperdrive is a little bit earlier. What I don't like to do is overlap motions. So even if we did a little bit longer, you can tell that this ball still wants to travel through the lane and not be as early as the hyperdrive is. So when I have something that has a little bit more higher volume to it, then will allow me to go from one big piece to the next without losing that punch to get the ball throughout its entire continuity of the lane. So thank you guys for joining us. Please make sure that you go follow us on all social media sites. Hoodie Bowler 300 on TikTok, DXB on Facebook, DXB on Instagram, and go visit our site at dynamicsbowling.com for all your merch and visit us at Tim Mack Victory Lane Pro Shop for all your bowling needs. We will see you guys in the next one. Okay, love you. Bye.